Welcome to the NCHA here with Courtney Ben from Adrian College. She is the November Player of the Month. Courtney, thanks for joining me as we jump into it. Just to give the viewers an understanding of how successful you've been throughout the month of November. Currently, as of this interview, you sit second nationally in points per game and goals per game. You're third in power plays, fifth in assists, and you have an NCHA leading three hat tricks this season. Courtney, when you hear those numbers and kind of see them, what does it mean to you to be able to perform so well on the ice so early in the season?
It's definitely something special, and I am definitely having success on the ice right now, but it comes from solely the off ice work that I've been putting in consistently, and continue working to get to even further goals.
Does it mean anything you individually to have the success so early in the season to be ranked so high? Does it the numbers have any bearing on how you play?
No, not at all. I don't look at numbers as a specific number. Honestly, yeah, I'm producing, but any night somebody on my team could be producing, and I'm going to be proud of them for everything that they end up doing.
I do want to ask, 2 weekends ago, you had hat tricks in back-to-back games in the series against Lawrence. To have one is something, but to score 6 goals in 2 games over a weekend, what was that like? Can you talk through some of those goals?
You know, honestly, it was mind blowing to me. That's not something I would have ever expected to happen. I just my line mates were finding me in the open areas, and I was getting my shot off. I've always had a strong shot, and that's always been one of my strong suits. And, I just found the back of the net.
Did you realize it all in that Saturday game? You were getting close to having a second one in a row.
I mean, yeah, I knew that I had the second goal going into the third period because I had scored, I believe, both of them in the second, and I knew that that third one was there. But yeah, it was in the back of my head, but it wasn't something I was focused on. It was making the right play to my teammate, passing the puck across the seam to try and get them a goal. But I ended up getting that third one.
Can you talk this season, Adrian, women's hockey as a whole? 60-9, you've outscored the opposition. Uh, what has this season been like? This team, this offense, to have such power and ease and efficiency to put the puck in the back of the net.
We really have been focusing in practice on scoring. Like Coach Chad will have us stop the drill if we're not scoring in practice. Just very solely focused on being able to score. We'll do our 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, and we'll go until we score. Like whether how long that is, we've solely been focusing on scoring just because we do have a very strong team this year and a very we have a lot of depth throughout our whole roster. So scoring is definitely a specific thing that we focus on as a team right now.
When you came into this season, do you guys realize how good you'd be offensively, or is it just developed as the seasons progressed through these 10 games?
I mean, not specifically, no. We knew we had the skill, but we didn't know we were going to produce the offense that we've been producing. It's just been everybody's been starting to build that mesh together, and it's just ended up working out in our favor.
Is there at all any banter in the locker room with the offense, the defense, maybe your goalie, kind of you guys gonna do any work back here? I mean, it's 6-0, right?
No, not at all, honestly. Our defense are just as capable as producing as our forwards are. Like that's one thing that we have too is they're not just strong defensively, but they also can produce on that offensive side.
I want to talk about last season in the championship game, being involved in that. What was that like? What are your memories from that?
That game was surreal. Just being in Arrington, just having that culture around us, it was a very energetic game, and I was really happy to be able to be a part of that. And then just obviously winning and being able to play Hamilton at home that next weekend to get that revenge from the previous year. It was amazing.
Looking ahead to this weekend, UW River Falls in a series. It's marked on the calendar. You guys have been kind of waiting for this. I mean, you obviously one weekend at a time. We hear that all the time, and that's the natural athlete mindset. But this weekend has had to been marked on the calendar. And, you guys got to be ready, I would imagine, filming on the ice and ready to go.
Oh yeah. Obviously, well, we had a couple people make comments about how we were playing them at home after our Lawrence weekend, and we were all like, well, we still have the two games in Florida ahead of us against Trinity and then ended up playing Utica. But yeah, we've been focused on this, but it's still like one weekend at a time. But this weekend's definitely gonna be a big weekend for us.
Can you talk about that trip to Florida against Trinity and Utica? Kind of a middle of the season almost road trip of some length. What was that like? And I guess how did that prepare you non-conference play to set up the UW River Falls series, but then going forward in the NCHA play?
Well, actually, Florida was amazing. That in South Carolina the year before, just like having the experience to be able to play in a completely different place. Obviously, playing in Michigan, it's snowing outside right now. So coming from 70-degree weather to snowing is like that weather was amazing. Like wish there was hockey down there sometimes, but and also playing against non-conference teams like Trinity and Utica definitely was really good for us just to see like different styles of play. Like that Trinity game was very physical, as well as the Utica game was very, very physical, which isn't something we've entirely seen this year playing the teams that we have. And it definitely was something good for us. And we took a good step forward, ending up winning both of those games. Tough battles, though. So, but I
Mhm.
think that puts us a step forward now that we have seen the speed, we've seen the physicality. Obviously, River Falls is a pretty good team, I would say. And so I think we're ready for this weekend.
When you get in games like that, Trinity, Utica, UW River Falls, the speed, the physicality might be at a different level than other games throughout the course of the season. When you get in games like that, does that shift your mentality of how you need to play? Do you try different things knowing it is non-conference, or do you going out and just playing Adrian hockey and trying to win as much as you can?
We usually stick to the basics. Our main thing is play Adrian hockey. Like that has been a big thing this year. It's been play Adrian hockey. So honestly, going into the game, like we've run pretty much the same systems throughout every single game this year, and nothing really has changed much. Just like kind of like more of a progression from our team specifically. Like we don't look at other teams specifically and be like, oh, we need to run this, oh, we need to run that. We're solely playing our game, which is Adrian hockey.
Courtney, coming into the season, coaching change for Adrian, a new face, but an old face for Adrian hockey. What has that been like for the team, the transition to maybe different language or different communication? What has that been like?
Um, it's definitely been different. Like just things are shifting. Obviously, I only had a year with my previous coaching staff because I had transferred. Whereas some of the girls who are grad students this year had that culture with Coach Skelly throughout. So it's definitely a change, but it's working in our favor right now. Nothing against Coach Skelly at all. Like I loved him. Like we miss him here, but Coach Chad is doing good things for our team this year, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go after this.
Courtney, academically, I mean, solid in the classroom. Where do you see yourself in a couple of years, your professional career progression once hockey's done? What do you hope to be doing?
Currently I'm studying financial planning, so I will hopefully become a certified financial planner within the next couple of years. There's obviously a lot of work that has to be done after college for that with apprenticeship hours or internship hours. But it's definitely something I'm interested in, and I'm just like math is something that I'm really interested in.
Well, I have to ask you, beginning, I asked about your stats, and the numbers don't matter, but they do matter.
They
Just
matter when it comes to that, not
funny
hockey wise.
side.
Yeah,
Well, Courtney, thanks for joining me to share about yourself and your abilities on the ice and how successful you've been. And good luck this coming weekend and the rest of the season for Adrian women's hockey.
perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.